My study was the Jensen study on skeletal muscle mass and distribution in men and women. There were two purposes of the study. One was to examine the influence of age, gender, body weight, and height on skeletal muscle, and the second was to establish reference values for skeletal muscle mass in men and women. They took 486 men and women who had previously filled out a body composition at either a university or a hospital. The age range was 18 years to 88 years, and the BMI range was 16 to 48. They did a full body MRI protocol, and they also split it up into lower body and upper body segments to analyze skeletal muscle. The results, starting with gender, they found men were taller, heavier, and had a larger BMI compared to women, and they also found that men had significantly more skeletal muscle. As you can see with the graph on the right, comparing men and women, and also split up by upper body and lower body segments, the muscle mass in the men is higher than the women, and there's a greater difference in the upper body segments of skeletal muscle mass percentage in men compared to women. As we look at the results comparing age, we can see a reduction in skeletal muscle mass starting in the 30s, and in the late 50s there's the noticeable decrease in skeletal muscle mass. Both graphs below show that decrease. The left one looks at muscle mass, and the right one looks at the percent of your muscle mass compared to the total body weight. As you can see on the right, you can see the men's regression line slope is greater, or that means there's a greater loss of percentage of muscle mass as age increases. Looking at height and weight, we can see that as height increases, so did the skeletal muscle mass. In women, as height increased, their percentage of total muscle contained in the lower body increased. So taller women had more percent of muscle mass in the lower body compared to their upper body. There was a negative relationship between body weight and percentage of total body weight as skeletal muscle. So the graph on the right shows that as the body mass or the weight of the person increased, the percentage of their total body weight as that skeletal muscle mass is going to decrease as the weight increases. In women, there was also a correlation found between the percentage of total skeletal muscle in the lower body and the body weight. So as the body weight increased for women, the amount of skeletal muscle in their lower body also increased. In addition to the results found, this study was the largest and most comprehensive data set of skeletal muscle to date. This was in the year 2000. It was successful because it can be used as a comparative standard for studies involving skeletal muscle in the aging and diseased population, or it was the new standard for which other studies can compare their results to.